So
it's like a Marsha moment. Russia, Russia, Russia.
Dude, I made a meme of Trump's head on Jan before and said Russia, Russia, Russia on it. So it's kind of weird.
Oh, you did do
wow,
that?
he saw it.
Like
I did not see that,
dude. He saw it, and this is his way of like subtly digging back at you.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump saw it.
Trump's sending me messages,
He
man.
pwned you, dude.
You think?
Yeah, with that first line. He let you know, I'm looking at you, TJ Kirk.
I'm watching you, motherfucker. All right, so tweet wreck is the headline that Drudge Report has chosen.
Which, I mean...
now, Drudge Report has never really been too much in the Trump corner.
That's true.
They kind of...
They ride the fence.
They're fence riders on it, but whenever there's an opportunity to attack Trump, they pretty much do it. But in this case, how can you really blame anyone in the media for attacking this tweet? Let's just take a look at this. Russia, Russia, Russia. That's all you heard at the beginning of this witch hunt hoax, and now Russia has disappeared because I had nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected. Wow. It was a crime that didn't exist, so now the Dems and their partner, the fake news media, blah, 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 blah. So obviously the line that we're supposed to focus on here is the highlighted portion.
Right.
I had nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected, which is kind of like being like, I had nothing to do with hiring a hitman to kill that girl that I did.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
No,
this is funny. I mean, look, everybody that can follow the evidence knows that Russia did engage in a campaign to hurt Hillary Clinton and help Donald Trump. So it's not like this didn't happen or this is some revelation. It's just the first time he's ever kind of admitted it, I guess. Although, I got to be honest, knowing how stupid he is and how mush-mouthed he is, this may not be the intent of this tweet.
Wet from the viewpoint of water.
I mean, that's the problem with Trump is you can't really make too big of a deal out of this because he can always fall back on, I'm so stupid, I didn't really understand what I was saying.
Right.
And I just didn't understand the grammatical situation that was going on there.
You got to give him that. But
I had nothing to do with raping all those girls I raped.
Fuck this, dude. I'm gonna have a fucking...
I had nothing to do with lighting that fire I started.
People are giving Trump shit about how much he lies. Hey, look right here. Trump told the truth, dude. I had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta give him credit for something.
Not denying that Russia helped me get elected, but I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Look, they helped me, but I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm innocent.
Wow.
They just chose of their own volition to help, and that's how they roll.
This is why you can't win with the media, dude. You can't win. Trump tells the truth and people are mad.
Well, let's see how the Donald is spinning it, huh?
Yeah.
Because this is the big pro-Trump place on the internet.
They've got to have a spin on this one.
Okay, President Trump delivered...
Okay, that's nothing to do with
it. Creepy Bob... Nope, that's nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Robert Mueller came to the Oval Office. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's nothing to do with it.
Here's another tweet. Not the one we're talking about, though.
Where's their reaction to that tweet?
Case closed. That's what they're saying.
Case closed.
Case closed, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So... Well, maybe it's one of the newer posts, TJ.
Not seeing... These are the newer posts. I mean, these
are the newest ones?
Yeah, this is the top of the page, right? Oh, well, George Carlin's here. Political correctness is fascism pretending to be manners. George Carlin. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
George Carlin. Because, if George Carlin was still around today...
He'd be on the Donald.
He'd be wearing MAGA hats.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
He'd be hiding his bald-ass dome with a MAGA hat.
Everyone knows.
He'd have the ponytail coming out the back.
We were actually talking earlier about how... Hey, look at this person. The Kaiser 51.
Oh.
Is Scotty trolling out the Donald? What do you got?
Whoa.
No comment.
And yes, it's possible for animals to be trans. Your cat having a penis does not make it male. It's animal abuse to misgender your animals.
Oh, God.
Okay.
People are too bored.
Anyway, so we were talking earlier about how
circuses.
All these we see all these people left and right wing trying to get the ghost of George Carlin on their side.
Oh, yeah. Like, I recently, a couple weeks ago, was in an argument with Vadim the Newquist, or, creationist cat. Yes. I was in an argument with a cat on Twitter about him. I don't even remember what the context was. He reposted some article about Carlin's daughter saying what George would have thought about this, that, or the other thing, right?
Ridiculous.
And he's reposting that, as some kind of tacit proof that George Carlin would have been on his side.
George Carlin would have
so it's like both sides.
Both
Both sides of this fucking political argument want to run over to George Carlin's old fucking dusty, dried up corpse.
And play tug of war.
Yeah. And just plant their fucking stupid ideological flag in it. And, thank goodness he's not around. to eviscerate us for even thinking they could try to do such a thing. Fuck you people.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's like, dude, and I was telling them this earlier, but I feel it bears mentioning because TJ and Scotty are the same type of guys. If we say something, we stand behind what we say, good, bad, right, or wrong. However it turns out,
as retarded as it may be,
it's something that I said. I don't go running around to fucking antiquity looking for great thinkers that are dead that couldn't contravene my fucking shit.
Yeah, Sophocles agreed with me.
Yeah.
Come on.
Diogenes would have been my main man.
as Aristotle would have said, you're a fucking faggot, dude.
It's like, make a fucking argument or shut the fuck up. Quit running around to these people that, and by the way, Carlin is the worst one to do this to.
Right.
The worst one.
Because he never wanted to be on any of your stupid teams.
No, he never even fucking thought about stepping onto one of them. He loved standing and watching the trains go by and making fun of all the dumb passengers on them. And there's no reason to believe that in his old age he would have come to fucking SJW dumb or the Donald Hood.
I mean,
I just love the fact that he was the kind of guy that they both want, though.
remember what George Carlin
They're both
said?
trying to
they
get
both want to be this.
You remember what he said though? He said, "When you're born, you get a ticket to the fucking freak show.
Of course.
And when you're born to America, you get a fucking front row seat." I mean, are you kidding me? This is the guy that's fucking on the side of the Donald. Like, he's not. This is fucking so. And it's so obvious why they do it. He's a cultural icon. He's a popular figure. I mean, he's still. I mean, even actually, arguably more popular today. Because look at YouTube clips. There's so many clips of him proliferating everywhere. Yeah. So it's so easy to fucking just go and claim him and say, because he's dead, he can't fucking say anything. He's on our side. Oh, here's a quote from him. He's on our side.
They do this with other dead people too.
It's this fucking tug of war, dude.
Like, have you ever seen these conservatives that go around trying to be like, if MLK was still alive now, he would be a conservative. He'd be a Republican.
Oh, yeah. The Republican Party, the party of Lincoln. It's like, oh, my God. Just always trying to drag a corpse out and be like, we're like this person everyone likes and thinks is good.
I mean, he was a socialist. He was practically
when Abraham Lincoln was
communist.
alive, he was a dividing fucking figure in America. Now that fucking history has fucking written him as totally different. Now let's laud him up. George Washington, I cannot tell a lie. It's all bullshit, and people just believe it. They're so fucking naive. They're so fucking stupid. It's just, let's trot someone out, and you know them. Oh, this person that's historically fucking famous in this country, they would have agreed with us. Give me a fucking break.
It's all a masturbatory.
It reminds me of something Albert Einstein once said, and he said, Scotty, you're a dumb fucking cunt,
a raving
dude.
retard.
It's all a masturbatory fantasy too, because these people, they take a guy like George, who's obviously like fucking intelligent, like more intelligent than your average Joe by a country mile,
right?
And well-spoken and kind of above reproach, well-liked by both sides because he never took a side. And they want that. They just it's like a fantasy that what if George took our side?
It's like
what if George was making SJW arguments?
It's like Fight Club. It's like Fight Club, dude. In death, George Carlin does take a side.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's like, fuck you, man.
No, he doesn't.
Dude,
he never did. Look, okay, George Carlin was a left-leaning guy. That's not controversial to say. If you just, I read his autobiography, Last Words. He explicitly says he's left-wing. There's interviews where he explicitly says he's left-wing. So in his personal life, he was more left-wing.
Right.
But as far as his stage shit went, he was just as prone to attack liberals and liberal values as he was to attack conservatives and conservative values. He found that balance. He wanted everyone to know that he thought they were all ridiculous across the board. He critiqued humanity in a much broader sense. And there's no fucking way that George Carlin would ever have put on a fucking MAGA hat or fucking sided with the SJWs or sided with anybody because he despised groups. He had some respect for individuals as he met them, but he did not. He disliked groups. He disliked institutions. He disliked political causes.
He was totally anti-authoritarian. If you look about his youth and what people have said about him that knew him at the time and what he has said about himself in the past was that, like, he was a fucking rabble-rouser. He was going around just like, I'm breaking into buildings. I don't care what the fuck I do. I don't want anyone to tell me what to do or what to think. This isn't the kind of fucking guy that's going to go join a fucking side. He's not going to sign up and say, I'm with the Donald. I'm with the Democrats. He's not that fucking guy. Don't try to fucking claim him. Let his shit that he made and he created stand for itself.
Anyway, let's go back around to this tweet, because this tweet that Trump made He has deleted since.
Well, he deleted it and then re-uploaded it, is what I've heard.
Oh, well, let's take
He
a look.
updated his tweet.
So let's see. Evidenced by his Twitter feed, President Donald Trump woke up Thursday morning with Special Counsel Robert Mueller and his stunning 9-minute press conference very much on his mind. In a remarkable development, however, it appears that Trump is publicly admitting for the first time that Russian interference helped get him elected as president, as has been stated repeatedly by numerous U.S. intel and Justice Department investigations, including the Office of the Special Counsel. That is until he deleted the tweet. Here are the screenshots of the tweets in which Trump said he had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected. Blah, 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 blah. While Mueller in his press conference Wednesday, most blah, blah, blah. I don't see anything about him re-uploading it or trying to... Okay, wait, here we go.
Yep.
Trump reposted the tweet admitting Russia helped get him elected. He appears to have corrected a typo in the second tweet, changing acquisition to accusation. Okay. So he fixed that, but he didn't fix the part
Right.
that said I had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected.
So, yeah.
So does he think that that's okay?
So here's what I think happened. I think that...
Here's the interesting. It's unclear why he didn't not delete the admission in his reposted tweet, given he just disavowed in comments to reporters.
Right. So
this is just stupidity, right?
Right. So here's what I think happened. Here's why I think it went down and then came back up. So he started to see the blowback he was getting from this. He just deleted it. Then his media people came to him and they were like, Donald, you can't do this. You have to put that back up because like now it looks like you're trying to cover up something that you said. It's bad, all the way bad. You have to put it back up. Just fix this typo in the second tweet and put it back up. And he did. I think that's probably what happened.
So they basically like acted like. So you think they were like, okay, we can't run away from this because
Right.
we posted this.
It's the screenshotted. It's all over the news.
It's all over the news media. You got to stand by this,
Right.
and try to justify it somehow.
Yep. It's clear to me.
So
that's what
basically,
happened.
he puts the tweet back up, but.
Yep.
They have to act like, okay, well, the reason we did it was because we had to fix a typo.
There was a typo.
There was a typo.
Right.
You know, that was the problem. You know, Trump's auto correct on his phone or whatever changed accusation to acquisition, and we just had to fix that.
They didn't fix his weird capitalization that doesn't need to be there. Those typos are all still there. Look at that second tweet in the repost.
Yeah, like is witch hunt hoax the name of a band?
Or
Because I don't think it's a proper noun.
is obstruction a proper noun?
Is it? Yeah, it looks like it probably is.
It's
huh?
always capital O.
Could this be a case of obstruction?
So why didn't they fix those typos if they were going to go back and clean this tweet up? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
I think I'm dead on balls.
You
What
know
happened?
It is, guys? It's presidential harassment. The end fucking sums it all up. We're harassing the president of the United States. It's not like he's a public servant.
Fuck him.
It's not like he has a job to do where he knew he was going to be scrutinized. Like he scrutinized Obama so heavily. But when Donald Trump was elected president, it was all supposed to be sunshine and rainbows. And let's just forget about any bad. Political disagreements, they don't exist anymore. Donald Trump's just great. Everyone just get behind the president 100%. That's what the country was supposed to do, right? When you elect somebody, we're all just supposed to now get along and agree.
You guys see what I mean last week when I said that they should just let Trump go be a sumo wrestler?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, dude.
Let him. Like, I think Trump should just go do a bunch of ceremonial shit.
Let him go give trophies to sumo wrestlers and pole vaulters and bicyclists.
Let him
all over
pin medals on people.
Yeah.
Let him judge fucking county fairs.
Look, we need to start treating him like the United States grandpa.
Yeah,
That's what he is.
he's just like he's your kooky grandpa.
He's Grandpa U.S., and we need to keep him busy in his twilight
dude, you know
years.
what he can do? In Trump's tweets, they don't go out to anybody, but he gets a bunch of likes. And he still gets all like, there's a bunch of bots that go in and go, love you, Donald. and
let
stuff.
him go out, but just change his name to like Grumpy Old Grandpa Trump or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, fuck changing his name. We just all need to start everybody, both sides of the aisle need to start thinking about him like that. He's our official grandpa. And when he's left alone to his own devices, all this horrible venom comes out, and it's hurtful to him and the country. So let's keep him busy. Let's get
Right, and
there's
and
any number of
if
fucking
you contextualize him as your grandpa, then whenever he says something that's really fucked up, you could just be like, Grandpa.
He's sundowning.
Oh, you.
Grandpa, please.
It's like when you're. I mean, like I remember eating lunches with my grandma and shit, and her sitting there like. And that's why I never trusted the Japs, you know. And I'm like, oh shit,
oh whoa.
I'm like, all right,
Grandma.
well, you know, Grandma. I mean, you're so old. There's no point. in
You're like
correcting
90
you.
years old. What are you now?
What are you gonna do? You know. So yeah, you know, just you can just pass it off as like they're just old and stupid. Who cares? But of course he's president, so
Right.
everyone has to fucking give
But
a
tell,
shit.
tell me there's not a billion little fucking trophy ceremonies all
There
over
are,
the fucking
all over
world
the
that would
place.
love to have a U.S. president come and, hand
he
it
can
out.
go cut ribbons and
State visits and drink tea and drink goblets of wine with the fucking people. And because when he's overseas, like, except for one incident when he was over in Japan where he made some nasty tweet from Japan about Kim Jong-un being okay. It's okay that he fired missiles off. He was mostly just running around getting laurels thrown over his head and
we need to keep this
trying
fucker
food.
busy.
Yeah, giving trophies to little Japanese kids at their schools and looking at art. We need to keep him
It seems like
engaged.
Japan.
You know what we really need to do?
You know what it is? I want to say this too. I want to give credit to Japan. Like they're like the only country seem to figure out how to deal with Donald Trump. It's like just kiss his ass and give him a bunch of fucking.
Oh, it's not the
ribbons and
only
shit.
country. Every time he goes to China, they do the same goddamn
I
thing.
guess-
You remember the goddamn festival they threw for him?
Yeah.
I didn't actually know about that.
Where
but-
he actually they wowed him so much that when he got back from the Chinese visit, he went on the news and went on like a 1.5 minute tangent about the chocolate cake that they served.
Wow.
Him. He said they brought out the biggest, most beautiful piece of chocolate cake. I mean, you've never had a piece of cake like they gave me in China at this beautiful festival, and it just had so many layers and
So
it was
beautiful.
moist.
Another thing that we need to do for Trump, and this is kind of more expensive than that other stuff, but obviously keeping him busy is one thing, but he does like his downtime. We know he likes to sit around and watch a lot of TV.
Right.
So I think what we got to do is we got to just create a channel that's just for Trump that he thinks everyone else is seeing, but really it's all for his benefit.
Right.
And basically all that channel does is just all day like Trump is doing an amazing job as president, y'all. The public loves him. His approval's at 90%.
Oh yeah,
You
we got to
know?
do our job. Yeah, as long as he's not doing anything evil.
And then well,
it's like Pavlov's
but that's the
dog.
thing too.
We gotta train
That
him to
news site-
salivate for
food
in foreign countries and not negative attention.
But that news site, that news channel, that fake news channel that only Trump can see,
yeah.
that's being broadcast from a bunker somewhere.
Yes.
That one, it can just it can basically shape his ideology too.
Yeah.
And the people are clamoring for President Trump to announce this and do this and just make
The
it like
people love him.
and just talk all the time about everyone loves him, everyone
Yeah.
thinks he's great.
If we all fucking got on board with this, we call it Operation Grandpa, we could save the Republic. I'm not even fucking joking,
Yeah,
dude.
but another thing we got to do though, if you really want to make it, we got to get all these people like Bolton and shit away from him.
Yeah, and we got to stop criticizing him when he golfs and shit.
Right? Oh no, instead of that, all we got to do is talk about President Trump shot another amazing
Yeah.
golf game today.
Just let him go into a dark room and fill out his own scorecard and put in a. Did you see Kyle Kalinske covering
I
his
did.
absurdly high
I
golf
did,
score?
Actually. Because it was funny because we had just talked about that a few days before, and then I saw Kyle covering, and I was like, "That's interesting."
Yeah.
And it turns out that it was pretty much exactly like we suspected. Trump.
He totally fudges
He's
his
a
numbers.
cheater and-
He shot a round of golf with Rush Limbaugh, who looks like a pot-bellied hobbit. And he shot a round of golf that would have put Jack Nicklaus to shame.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
it was crazy.
It was like he shot.
Kyle did a full video on like
I can't remember what it is because I'm not a golfer, but it was some absurd number under par.
Yeah, I'm like 10 under par, normal game.
Yeah.
It's like
Now,
what?
weirdly enough, Kyle Kalinske likes to play golf, so he knows like a lot
Right.
about golf.
He's
and
a golfer guy.
And he was talking about how like the scores that Trump is claiming to have would make him like one of the top golfers in the world, especially for his age.
Jesus.
Like he was basically saying like, he would have the scores he was getting would have fucking like put like the PGA like women's champion to shame.
Oh, yeah.
It would have put like Jack Nicklaus at the same age as Trump to shame.
Absurdly high score.
So like basically like Trump's saying like that he's a professional level fucking golfer basically.
He does own a number of golf courses, TJ.
So yeah, I guess he does.
Yeah, that's my mulligan. I mean, come
But
on, dude.
there was also people who talked about playing golf with Trump that just basically said like, he'd hit it on the green and then he'd just pick it up and he'd be like, yeah, I would have got that in one, so we just count that as
Of
one
course.
stroke. He'd always be taking mulligans and like, oh well, that doesn't count and this doesn't count. No,
That's awesome, dude.
Dude, of course he is. Dude,
So
that's how.
basically, it's like he's like a little
would
kid.
Would you imagine Trump being any other fucking way?
No, I would not.
Right.
Dude, that's like fucking playing like putt-putt golf, dude, or fucking playing miniature golf.
But this all feeds into the grandpa principle. We got to stop the, if we're all going to get on the boat here, we got to start, going with it and going, that's good, Grandpa Trump. You shoot better golf than anybody ever.
Amazing shot, Grandpa.
What a shot, Grandpa Trump. That's right.
Look at his
Where
body,
are you going to
dude.
be next week? Beijing. You're kidding.
Wow.
With the president? Oh, the chocolate cake. Yes, I remember you mentioning that. You're going to get another slice of that, Grandpa? That's good.
I'm going to get more cake. I want to see him eating this fucking cake. Do we have it? No, there's no picture of it. Damn.
Yeah, no, there was no photography allowed because it was like something in the Forbidden City or whatever the fuck in China.
Damn.
It was like some, state thing.
But he was eating the most beautiful cake, dude.
Yeah, he described it. He
The
said they
most
brought the
beautiful
most
piece of
decadent
chocolate
piece of chocolate cake. the
while
most
he bombed
beautiful.
Syria. That's great.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I mean, I don't give a fuck. I think I'm happy that Trump fucking got giddy over a piece of fucking chocolate cake because that
Well,
makes
that's
him
the
more
thing.
relatable to me.
I'm not really happy about it, but if we want to neutralize him, we need to seize on it.
Let's see.
I don't know, Paul, because should you go to the top of this article?
When you were with the president of China, you're launching these military strikes. Was that planned? How did that come about that it's happening right then? Because right there you're saying, a reminder, here's who the superpower in the world is.
You have no idea how many people want to hear the answer to this. I have watched speculation for 3 days now on what that was like.
When did you tell him?
But I'll tell you.
Before dessert,
But
or-
I will tell you. Only because you've treated me so good for so long, I have to tell you, right? I was sitting at the table. We had finished dinner. We're now having dessert. And we had the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you've ever seen. And President Xi was enjoying it.
Sure he was.
Given the message from the generals that the ships are locked and loaded, what do you do? And we made a determination to do it. So the missiles were on
Eating
the
cake
way.
and
I
bombing
said, "Mr.
people.
President,
I'm the
let me
president.
explain something to you. This is during dessert. We've just fired 59 missiles, all of which hit, by the way, unbelievable, from hundreds of miles away, all of which hit. Amazing.
Unmanned. Brilliant.
It's so incredible. It's brilliant. It's genius. Our technology, our equipment is better than anybody by a factor of 5. I mean, what we have in terms of technology, nobody can even come close.
Nobody can even come close.
I was eating cake and killing people at the same time.
Eating cake and
How do you-
killing people.
How do you feel about that?
That's another thing we got to do. We got to sate Trump's warlust. We have to just invent a country of like bad Gaiastan or something that he can fucking have a fake war with, and the generals can come give him reports.
Yeah. Seriously.
We want some more
It'd be
bombs
great.
today, President Trump.
Good. The bad Gaiastan generals are invading Nothingville, sir. What do we do?
Bomb them.
Bomb them all.
Well, I'm glad that Trump had the most delicious, tasty.
It was the most
beautiful
delicious cake that
piece
he's
of
ever
chocolate
had.
cake.